So hi, my name is Angelo. This is probably going to be my first moto vlog. As you can see, this is my bike. I have a 97 Harley Davidson Bad Boy. It was my grandfather's, and now it's mine. And no, I did say bad boy, not fat boy. Everyone thinks I am talking about a fat boy when I indeed mean the bad boy, which is right here, written right here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but yeah. Alright, I just got off of work, so I'm just headed home now. I'm gonna start the bike up. Oh god, I gotta find neutral again. I like to keep it in first gear when I'm parked. Obviously, then it's not just an easy roll away, you know? They have to actually, like, if somebody wants to take it, they have to try. You know what I mean? They don't have to, like, they can't just push it off, is what I'm saying. What am I doing? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so I guess this is my first official moto vlog. So if you guys are watching, let me just start off by saying thanks for watching. And I hope you stick around for more content. Give the bike a second to get going. I'm probably going to cut the video a little bit here and there, just because why would you want to see me sitting here doing nothing? So, yeah. Alright, and we're off. This parking lot sucks. People always like to either just pull out real quick or just run out in the street to get to their car real quick. Alright, I do see a car, but it's in the other lane, so I think I'm gonna go for it. Yep, alright. Turn my music up a little bit. Nice, very, very nice. Just cut in front of me. Alright, so I guess I'm pretty much gonna talk about how I got my motorcycle license. I feel like everybody kind of does this topic, but it feels like it's just like it's a right first video to make, you know. The bike I'm currently riding is a 1997 Harley Davidson Bad Boy. I said that earlier in the video. It belonged to my grandfather, who ended up passing away in I believe it was 2016 now. And prior to that, he had gotten very sick. So this bike that I'm currently riding was sitting in his garage for, I want to say, about 9 years. No, I'm going to say more like 7 to 8 years, which is when I ended up buying it. And when I bought this bike off my grandmother at the time, why am I saying it like she was never my grandmother? When I bought the bike off my grandmother, I didn't know a goddamn thing about bikes. I didn't know how to ride a bike. I didn't know anything about like shifting and stuff like that. I was just, I guess it was more like a sentimental thing, because this is my grandfather's bike, and I've always wanted it. Some guy just revved at me real loud. That's crazy. I lost my train of thought. There's a lot of bikes over here, man. I never see this many bikes out. Well, not over here anyway. Damn, I really forgot what I was saying now. I got this bike off my grandmother. I didn't know a goddamn thing about riding motorcycles. I never really had an interest in riding motorcycles. Obviously, I'd see a guy riding by on a bike and be like, God damn, that looks pretty fun, that looks pretty cool. But also, like, it's a little dangerous, you know? And more so, I think it's more so dangerous when you're riding like an idiot. When you don't ride, like, when you're not being safe. When you're not obeying the rules of the road, you know? Then it's like, what the fuck? Like, why do you have a bike? Like, you're pretty much just asking to get hit, and like, I fucking hate this turn. If you're riding like an idiot, you're asking to get hit, pretty much, is the way I see it. But anyway, got the bike, didn't know anything about it, didn't know how to ride it, nothing like that. So I just figured I would start practicing. So I started practicing right outside my house. I didn't go around on the streets and stuff like that. Like, I didn't go out on like a main road, is what I should say. I was literally going up and down the block in front of my house, making turns, you know, right-hand turns, practicing a U-turns. That was pretty much it. And then one day I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go take my MSF course. So that's what I did. And to anyone who has been debating taking the MSF course, or the motorcycle safety course, I highly recommend it. Whoa. It did run me about $300, which, yeah, it's a pretty hefty fee. But the way I see it is, if you're riding around without a motorcycle license and you get called, you get pulled over, I feel like the cost of having a ticket for doing that would be more than the cost of getting a ticket, it would cost more than it would cost you to do the motorcycle safety course. So, again, if anyone is debating doing it, just do it. It's worth it. It's quick. It's easy. For me, it was a 2-day course. I think it was a Tuesday and a Wednesday. I believe so. The first day is literally just learning about bikes. Like, they have the booklet there, whatever it is, about motorcycles. The clutch, the shift. Alright, let me get out of this lane. It's pretty much, you're like reviewing for the written test. And if I remember correctly, at the end of the first day, I took the written test at the motorcycle safety course and passed. Very, very windy today. Very windy today. Hope it's not fucking with the audio. It was a 2-day course. I passed the written test on the first day, and the second day was literally the first day and the second day you spend some time on the bikes. The first day you spend a little bit of time on the bikes, and then towards the end of the class is when you take the written test on the first day, and the second day you spend all day on the bikes. I mean, from the minute you get there, you spend all day. And for me, I think it was Honda Rebels that we used, or Honda Shadow, I don't remember. Either way, pretty small bikes. They were obviously not that much power, and they pretty much just teach you the fundamentals of riding, like clutch control, throttle control, the friction zone. So the second day, I remember we spent all day on the bikes, and there was some kid there who ended up dropping the bike, and I think stalling the bike a couple times, and I believe he might have dropped the bike about 3 times, and unfortunately they did end up like kicking him out of the class, which kind of sucks that they can do that after you paid so much money for it. But at the same time, I understand, because he could possibly be a danger to the students, the other like classmates. But other than that, they literally they have a track set up. You practice right-hand turns, like going from a stop right into a right-hand turn. They do U-turns, figure eights. The figure eights I had a problem with. They're not the best, like they're not the easiest thing to do. I'm sure if I kept doing it and practicing like every single day that I would be okay. But I have not tried to do a figure eight since the motorcycle safety course, and nor have I ever had to, so it's not really that big of a deal. But on the second day, after you finish practicing and stuff, they give you the road test there, which pretty much consists of every single thing that you have been practicing since you started the course on the first day. Don't turn yet, alright. So, U-turns, figure eights and stuff like that, they count like how many times you put your foot down. Like say if you're doing a U-turn and you have to put your foot down to kind of stop yourself from falling or stop the bike from falling, then they score you on that. When I was doing the U-turn and the figure eight on the road test there, I did have to put my foot down a couple times, but I still passed, so it was okay. So if you pass the road test at the motorcycle safety course, they will give you a little slip, literally like a little pamphlet that says that you passed the motorcycle safety course. So woohoo, hooray. Next thing you do, you go straight to the DMV with an appointment. Obviously, you don't just walk in. And let me get into this lane real quick. You go to the DMV, make an appointment to go there, and that's pretty much it. They put the little M endorsement on your license. Obviously, you don't just get the license right away that way. they give you a little piece of paper that's a temporary form of ID, or temporary like form of license, I guess is the right way to say it. And then you wait like a week or two, maybe like, oh yeah, say about a week or two for your actual license to come in the mail, and that's it. That's literally it. And then you got your motorcycle license. I see a car coming. Is he gonna let me in? Probably not, but I'm gonna speed up and go. Yeah, that's it. Literally the easiest thing that you can do, and it only costs you $300, as opposed to a ticket that would probably cost you more than that. Damn, there's a little bit of traffic up ahead. I'm gonna be fucking hot as shit. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got my license. It took me altogether probably about 2 to 3 months to do it, just because I was working also. I'm still working, but at the time I was also working, so trying to find out like how to get it done in between work and in between like just personal stuff that I had to go through or do took a little longer. But if you don't work, or if you have a lot of free time, then it shouldn't take you that long to get it done. Just if you're looking to do the course, I would recommend you like try to book it in advance, because if you try to book it like a week before when you want to do it, you're probably not going to be able to get in, depending on your location and where you are. I live in New Jersey. I don't remember exactly where I did the safety course. I think it was, the name of the website was like the Motorcycle Riding Center, I believe. I know that Harley Davidson also has classes you can take. It might be a little more money, it might be the same, I don't quite remember. But when I tried to book it with them, they were like booked up all the way for like months. So I went to the Motorcycle Riding Center, I think it was. I'll figure that out. I'll post it in another video, but I'll put it in this video. I'll like edit it into the video. So yeah, you go to that site, you pick I think they have 2 different locations. Well, if you live in New Jersey, obviously. I don't know if they have any other like out-of-state locations. I only know about Jersey. Stay. Oh, that guy's from Florida. Nice. Speaking of Florida, I got a boy that lives out in Florida. Just got his first bike, and it's hurricane season. So, sucks to be him, which leads me to my next topic of do not ride in the rain. Obviously, shit's gonna happen, and sometimes you're gonna get caught in the rain. But if you are checking the weather app and you see that it's going to rain that day, I would recommend you do not take the motorcycle out. Again, you cannot control, like God forbid if it starts to rain right now on me somehow with no clouds in sight, then I can't control that, and it's gonna happen. But if you see that it's gonna rain and you still take the bike out, I think that's just stupid. I think that's dumb. Obviously, to each your own. Do whatever the fuck you want. You're your own person. You have your own license, whatever. But don't be an idiot, dude. I guess that also is a perfect segue into, I would recommend you always ride with gear. I know a lot of people say it, but I'm going to be one of those people that say it. Make sure you're wearing gear. You never know what the fuck can happen. You never know. You never know. You literally just never know. And if you're wearing gear, obviously your chances of being injured or possibly killed go down. You're protected. You're safer. So again, just wear gear. It's really not that big of a deal. Like right now, it's about 85 degrees out. I have my mesh jacket on. I got some thick ass jeans on with some boots. I have a sweater on underneath my riding jacket, and I'm fine. Like, I'm not even hot. Now, of course, I guess that really varies depending on where you live. So, for example, I mentioned I have a boy that lives in Florida. I know it can get to be 100 degrees down there. So maybe, you know, then it's like, maybe don't wear gear or don't wear all the gear. because you don't really want to overheat and have a heat stroke, you know, heat exhaustion type shit. So again, just don't be an idiot, just pay attention to the weather, pay attention to your surroundings, especially while you're riding, and you'll be fine. I gotta get over it. But yeah, that's really all I have to talk about right now. So I'm gonna probably cut the video here. So if you watched this long, if you watched the whole video, thanks for watching. If you could like and follow, if I post this on YouTube, if you could subscribe, that would be nice, that would be great. And I guess stay tuned for future videos.